Impeachment is a core constitutional power and responsibility. It's one of those things in our American system that's actually worked very well. It has not been overused. It hasn't generally been something that each party does to the other whenever they get a chance. Only 3 times in American history has it ever really been seriously considered to impeach the president by Congress. The framers of the Constitution included impeachment because they wanted to make sure that the president wouldn't be somebody who would abuse their power or break the law. There's a lot of echoes in that in what Donald Trump is being accused of, using the power of the presidency to try to push a foreign leader to smear domestic opponents and then trying to cover it up. The idea that a president of the United States would go to a foreign country for help in interfering in our domestic American election is exactly the kind of thing that they designed impeachment for back in 1787. The framers cared about this a lot. Something like impeachment gave teeth to checks and balances. It was a critical part of their idea of the new system of government we were creating. You can be impeached for treason or bribery or high crimes and misdemeanors. That doesn't mean just a particular kind of criminal violation like shooting someone on Fifth Avenue, for example. It has to be abuse of power, abuse of office, something that really rips the fabric of the constitutional order. In pundit shorthand, people ask, is this like Nixon in 1974 or Clinton in 1998? I think that in terms of the underlying conduct, it's much closer to Nixon in 74. Abuse of power and abuse of office. With Bill Clinton, who I worked for in the White House, he lied in a deposition in a civil lawsuit about a personal affair. People ultimately concluded that Clinton had done something wrong, but that it was a personal failing, not the kind of high crime and misdemeanor that the Constitution says should lead to removal from office. Nixon in 1974 wasn't charged with breaking into the Democratic headquarters with the burglars, but he was charged with violating the Constitution, with paying hush money, with covering up, with lying to Congress, all in the service of his own political interests. This is really regarded as a textbook example of how to hold an abusive chief executive accountable. We don't know everything, but we do know so far that Donald Trump has admitted pressuring a foreign leader to smear his domestic political opponents. We've learned from the whistleblower that there was a cover-up effort that went throughout the government by the president's allies. The framers really believed that our republic had to be run by and for us. To them, foreign government interfering in our elections, an American president reaching out for foreign help, for political advantage, is exactly the kind of thing they designed impeachment for.